Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be diving into Imperium's Greek wars, and I've chosen the Persian Empire, the Achaemenid Empire, for you to present to you the faction. We'll be doing more factions down the road, but we'll be starting with that one. I think it's my third run on this game, so I think I know a little bit about it. But either way, it's an indie game. It's a 4X strategy game, very similar to the old world or civilization or humankind. But I think it has the smaller budget of all of this and the smallest developer team. But it innovates in certain ways, and it has some interesting mechanics not found in any of the other ones as well. Uh, I think I'll talk a little bit about that more later when we actually dive into the game and I can show you some stuff from it because it's harder to speak about those without actually providing you any visual feedback because that's how you um, understand stuff. I hope you'll be enjoying it. It's one of my favorite strategy games at the moment, and I think it's one of the best, though it's lackluster in the diplomacy area. A very interesting thing is that you can barter with other factions, like in Total War Troy, but other than that, the diplomacy feels a little barren. And you need variety, but of course it's ancient Greece. So the game is set in ancient Greece. They've expanded more by means of DLCs towards Rome, the Gallic Wars, Carthage, the Britannic Islands, but nothing that expansive. Their main focus is basically ancient Greece, which is nice, which is great, but then again, not really of offering in terms of variety, unit variety. But it's a very good game. It's a very good game. I like it. I enjoy it the most. I think it's my favorite 4X game so far. But of course, I invite all of you to like this video, to subscribe to my channel if you like this video, and hopefully I'll see you around. See ya. So today's video will be Imperium's Greek War. It's a strategy game based on the ancient world. It offers multiple game modes. Uh, for this video, I've started an ancient Greece around the time of the Peloponnesian, I think. Peloponnesian War. Let's check. Yep, Peloponnesian War against Athens and Sparta. We are playing for the moment as the Achaemenid Empire, which was really the Persian Empire. Of course, this is only the western portion of it. After losing two of their invasions of ancient Greece. So we are starting. I've played so far 40 turns in order to actually provide some meaningful what you call it review of the faction. The game itself is pretty neat. It's a 4X game, a 4X strategy game, similar to others of its genre, like Civilization, for example. But this one feels a lot more detailed. You have certain cities that have a population cap that you can actually control, like how fast your city grows, with state grants that would actually cost resources but boost growth. You can set it by city, for example. You can let me just lock it back again. By city or in general, where you can up it, downscale it, so it doesn't really consume that many resources. Now, what's interesting about this game is that in addition to building units in cities, you actually select a number of units that you can select from in a city. So a city by default produces Settlers are the workers of this game. They can build roads, they can build farms, and a couple of other things later in the game. But when they are also building cities, they can build new towns around the map. When you're building a new town around the map, the unit is being what you call it, dismantled. So they're workers and settlers from civilization, basically. Now, each action performed by you, like maybe selecting a new unit to be built in a city, or actually specialize a city to build pikemen, for example, which are, as of now, my strongest melee unit. Melee units are developed, no, are researched. You have to complete a few research trees, research technologies from the research tree to actually afford better units. Now, what I was saying was that in addition to building city improvements, philosophy school, for example, if you meet the criterion, which I do not meet, I need at least 3 pops in my city. You can build more general buildings on the map, like for example a blacksmith that multiplies resources from nearby mines. And you can see the nearby mines right here. They'll be highlighted in blue. I'll actually be building a blacksmith, I think, here to increase the output of my gold mines there. So we'll be doing that. You also have a wide array of buildings that you can build. You can build shipyards, stables for creating mounted units, and temples. Temples are acting as growth stimulators. They stimulate growth in the highlighted cities. Now, in general, the game plays virtually the same as any other, for example. These are the unique mechanics, and of course, being set in ancient Greece, you have this huge political map tree, and you need to engage in bartering with other countries if you need resources. So the resources are gold, coal, stone, iron, food, wood, knowledge. Knowledge is a resource and it can be traded, as well as influence and slaves. Influence is used to basically influence tiles from your enemies. Right now we are at war with Mysia. During the war, I can use certain units like a general that is not a fighter, but he can influence other cities or tiles. So you can even influence cities. Here you see the cost for influencing the city. By influencing the city, you increase your presence there. When the presence reaches a threshold, you can gain control of the city or trigger a rebellion. We won't be doing that yet. What the fuck is here? Athens has come to what? Anyways, I don't. Let's not focus on that. But they took a city that I was interested in. Fuck that. Anyways, this is a very brief summary of the game. If you want, it's turn-based. You just do your units, then your units actions, then end the turn, like in any other game. There's an interesting mechanic when you end the turn. I'll be showing you after I do some stuff here. On the right, you have ongoing projects. And taking cities actually takes longer. You need to literally attack the city to be able to take them. I'm just debarking my units here. I'm reinforcing this flank from the mainland because I'm invading the island. I've lost like 4 units until now, and 1 unit is needed for garrison, because when you take a city, its loyalty is low and its morale is low, so that's a good ground for rebellion. Now, when you take the city, you won't gain control of it immediately. You cannot build anything there because it will be in a pillage state. You need to issue an emergency aid there. Afterwards, after the emergency aid has finished, that would cost a lot of gold, but it will stabilize the city. Then you need to actually repair it, so it's usable. And here we can see that it will be repaired in 2 turns. Every repair usually takes about 2 turns. What's also most interesting about this game regarding unit-wise, where can I find a unit? Okay, when stationed in a city, you can use that city's production queue to upgrade the unit. For example, here we can upgrade it by spending some gold, and it will gain the trait Indomitable. When it is weak and cannot move, it obtains extra points to withdraw. So, whenever I'm attacking or I'm being attacked and their health goes down, you can actually retreat. This should self-heal, so our attack can be improved. Now, this is a general overview of the game. If you want more detailed, I don't know, deep dive into its mechanics, I suggest watching some other YouTube videos or reading docs of the game. The documentation is very good actually, and very thoroughly explained. Much better than I can. It's only my third playthrough, and I only played 100 turns, 105 turns. This game really turns. But I chose the Achaemenid Empire, the Persian Empire. That's what the Persian Empire. Because I found it unique compared to the others. It's not as strong as history suggests, because you're controlling only the western part of it. You regularly receive resources from the east, basically from the emperor himself, and sometimes even units. I think I've received in 40 turns 2 units. Building new city improvements, and so on and so forth. Now, another important resource are citizens and happiness, but we'll dive into that a little later if you want. Now, the, the interesting thing about the Achaemenid, the Persian Empire, is that it is situated in the easternmost part of the map, and it actually doesn't control the whole peninsula. I think Thor of Cappadocia, this part. It has a string of federated states, like, for example, clan states. They're virtually clan states. Right now, the thing is with this game, I didn't establish my power early on, recruiting a lot of units, maybe aggressively enforcing some sort of cooperation with them. So Phrygia, Mysia, and Lydia have broken off from me. Only Caria remained, which is basically the southern part of our peninsula. Breaking off federation status in this game actually does not trigger wars, so I'm peaceful with both Phrygia and Lydia. I'm attacking Mysia because punish them for deserting me, basically, and just bring them back into the fort. Afterwards, I'll be attacking Lydia and finally Phrygia, so I can establish myself into the northeastern part of Greece, taking off Rhodos and the Odrysian kingdom, and also these isles here. Apparently, Athens is amazingly strong. Holy fuck! Yeah, they're much better in this game than I was. I used to play as Athens, but I was pretty shy at it. Thessalian League is pretty good, and the Malaysian Kingdom, what the fuck? Macedonia, of course, it's mass because it's Macedonia. Macedonia actually gets a lot of bonuses. I think it's right after the Peloponnesian War, so before Alexander's rise to power. I think it's during Philip, his father's reign. So politically, most of the Greek factions actually offer us tribute and have friend relationships with us. As a positioning, it's amazing. We don't have many enemies. We only have these disloyal clan states. But them leaving us really does nothing to the Persian Empire, to be fair, which enables us to virtually dominate them one by one, pick them up one by one. So it's a good faction. It's actually one of the recommended starting factions, mainly because of its location and the fact that you're surrounded by factions with a positive attitude to you. And if you're smart, which I'm not, you can actually retain these clan states. I'm not that smart. The only downside of this game, I think, is the diplomacy section, where, for example, you can suggest a federation and confederation as well. I might suggest that one to Lydia after finishing Mysia. But Mysia, whom we have a war against, cannot be brought back into the fort. We actually have to conquer them. Of course, we could sign a peace treaty and then maybe improve our relationships and sign a federation. Always war, never peace. So I think that's all about this faction. This I've upgraded the spot, and we should take as well. We're not taking that. Attack again? No. You can attack again. Take the city and show you that emergency aid. Okay. So we've taken the city. Now, when you've taken the city, the thing is, you can see here that it's this. this in every city that I conquer. Basically, building shit in cities are actually are costing only resources, so no population there, which is nice. And I think I will be going to farms now because basically it improves our farm output, and that would be great. There are many factions that actually require farms, require food, um, require food for treaties, and I don't have enough of a surplus of that. I only have coal and iron because I have so many deposits there. I don't have resources for that. Oh, okay. Okay, I think that would be all for now. For example, I can even have by default some further technologies research like Lancer Cavalry. I have that, and I have a few units of Lancer Cavalry. They're not great though. They're not great though. I have paving for surface roads. Most factions do not have that. Warship for trireme. I am actually building a trireme right now, I think. Or am I not? Let me check here in my shipyard. No, we should be specializing in building those. They're not specialized because not many other factions have that. Ending the turn. Now, everybody is doing their turns. Every other opponent. Sorry, I just drank some more coffee. Because I'm in my lunch break and I was getting thirsty. Not thirsty. You don't drink coffee for thirsty. Now, anything on their part has already been made. Now we see the visual representation of every one of the actions. You can skip current animation. It will trigger the next one. Or you could just skip the action of this opponent. It will take us to our next to the next faction. Or close the representation of the actions. And it will just segue into our turn. So we've got this piece of information that Argolis was defeated. Cool. Euboea wants more treaties. I sign more treaties. Why not? Trade proposal. You see, people want surplus food, but they don't have enough. Actually, this is much more decent. Wood. How much wood do I get? I think it's too much, right? With a specific demand and specific offer. Maybe like this. No. Let's keep it at 4. The number of citizens in Mithimna has increased by 72%. Phrygia in Soa is growing. What the fuck? Things we need to be taken care of. So Soa is being kind of attacked. Yeah, it's kind of attacked by Phrygia, who broke up from us. And I think we should respond in kind. Let's influence that one. Just responding in kind seems like fair. Okay, now I've done something for them, and here we should. Or actually, I don't have local citizens. I think local citizens are required for some units. It specializes in pigmen. You can see it right under in blue, written in blue. So I have no units that I can just send there, right? I have no fighting units that I can send there right now. And how far along are you for? No, not enough, I guess. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think I can build. Okay, here I can actually build cavalry, which costs. I think it would cost like 2 local population, but let's check. No, that costs a lot less. is super neat, and he will actually attack Antissa after I garrison this newly acquired city, and after I provide some emergency aid. I've already lost too much population, which really doesn't bode well for the future. So I've killed their settler worker, and now I'm perhaps even winning this. I wanted to actually win Lesbos, but apparently it was not meant to be. These cities actually I've conquered from them, and they are fully loyal right now. But I cannot unstation my cities. Yeah, I cannot ungarrison the cities yet. I feel so. I feel like, or no, I think I can actually. Another important stuff when capturing territory, you have to move your units there, and they capture territories by tile. And this should capture everything. It's like imove go. Okay, I cannot do that. I need to take the city before Athens gets to it. Apparently, I'm struggling with Athens. Okay, I've repaired the city. You should skip the turn. So yeah, that would be all I think for the review of the Achaemenid Empire. It's very good for beginners. It's a very easy position. The army is not that strong. The economy is not that strong. The population is actually lower than your clients, which may prove to be very difficult in the long run. But hopefully you can turn that around. I think I'm gonna increase once again my population. Shit. So I can actually grow a little more. So that's it. Next time we'll be doing a new faction. I think so. Maybe Sparta. Sparta, I think, is the next one. So Steph, take it away from here. Hello, you beautiful lot. Hope you enjoyed the video so far. Hope you are reaching now to download the game, to purchase the game, not download it. Never use torrents. It's not safe for you and it's not fair to the developers. But hope you've enjoyed my video. Hope you're curious about the game. I've piqued your curiosity. Maybe the gameplay footage has helped you decide that, whoa, I really need to try this game. It looks so fucking amazing. Hopefully that's the case. If not, then I'm doing a poor job and you should just write down in the comments. Steph, improve. Steph, do that better. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the content. Hope you've enjoyed the game. I'll be trying to create as much content regarding these more obscure games because this is an obscure game. It's very successful in its niche, but it has a lower following than other games that are much poorer looking at your civilization. Uh, but then again, I just hope at least you'll be purchasing the game, you'll be playing the game, you'll be engaging in the community because it's an amazing community, it's an amazing developer, and honestly, I haven't been this excited for a game in a long time in this strategy area. I think the other one that piqued my interest a lot was the Old World, but I know it feels a little bland in comparison to Imperiums. Imperiums is just amazing. So, hope you liked my content, hope you liked the video, hope you like the game, and as always, I invite you to please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and maybe even join my Twitch. I'll paste the link in the description. You can see my past streams there. You can see around what time I really do the streams. It's basically almost every night at 12 a.m. Or p.m. depending on 11 11:55 p.m. every night almost. Yeah, and the time zone is UTC plus 2 or 3. I just don't know my UTCs. I failed my test. Okay. Thank you all and see ya.